All right, we're back. Time to look at some off the field stuff. We're going to take a look at short list, some potential transfer targets, and also some contracts to see who should be re-upped and who shouldn't. So, off the top, we've got Anthony Lopez, Jan Sommer. We've got some keepers since Diego Lopez is getting a little bit older. We've got some center backs, Mexis, Zapata are both on the last current months of their deal. So we've got Laporte, Sacco, center defensive mid, Jonathan Geis, maybe Ruben Neves from Porto. Right wing or right midfielders slash cam. We really, we're struggling with some creativity and to create goals. So we've got Mkhitaryan, Bernardo Silva from Monaco, Jukovic from Bremen, Januzaj from United, who's on a loan at Dortmund, Timo Werner, sort of a cheaper deal, Coutinho with a huge price tag, 73 million euros, Oscar, 69 million euros, Chelsea, Goetze, 67.5. Just some outrageous fees for those guys, but to be honest, they'd probably be worth it if we had that kind of cash. We've got Isco, a little bit more reasonable with 39 million. Sofiane Boufal from Lille, 23. Clement Grenier, Lyon at 21, a little bit older. We've got Bernard from Shakhtar. We already picked up Luis Adriano from Shakhtar last year. Kahaglu, also Lucas, 31 million, not too bad. And then a couple of strikers, just because we've got so many that are out on loan or in bad form. We've got Fakir from Lyon, Mbaku, who's actually on Carpi, and Hosner from the Bundesliga. So now that we've looked at some folks that we're potentially scouting to help bring in, especially to help get us some goals, potentially some players to play behind the striker, we take a look at just some of the scouts that we've had, some of the scouting reports. As you see, we've got a 5-star scout from Italy he's got some decent results coming back. Another 5-star Italian scout who's out in Brazil. And then the last 5 and 4-star scout who's out in Argentina. So we've spent some money to try to bolster our scouting department, but so far no huge returns. As we take a look at contracts, now we've got some key decisions to make. Comey, not too worried about him. He's currently out on loan, but when you look at the center backs, Mexes, he's getting older, 33 years old, I believe. Little injury prone, but pretty solid for us. Has been our starter back there. Beretta, probably let him go. We've got, as you can see, he just wants 1 year, 80,000. It's not too bad. We got Ricardo Montolivo, the captain. He's been a staple in midfield for us. He wants 1 year with a 40,000 euro increase. Got Fernando Torres. We'll let him walk. Notarino will probably let him walk. Abiati is a curious decision. He's been in Milan for a little while now, but hasn't got too much time this year, which is one of the reasons why we're looking at bringing in some keepers. But we've got Colombian international Zapata, who's been a stud for us. He will probably be who we re-up. We've got Alex, the Brazilian, former Chelsea, former PSG man, at 70,000. We've got Christian Zaccardo, 35,000. We might let him go. One of our youngsters, Zan Benedict, we tried to get him out on loan, but no takers. He's got some potential, but not quite sure whether or not we will. We're actually going to re-up him, but we'll take a look at our finances. You see, we've got 37 million to play with. We've got some decent wages to play with. So we've got some key decisions to make as we take a look at just some of the stats from around the league. Palermo Vasquez leading the league in scoring. As you can see, Menez is 9th with 5 goals, a couple of those from the spot. Balotelli is also up there with 4. Take a look at his assists. Gervinho, ex-Arsenal man, tops the league with 5. Bonaventura is up there with 3. A little bit surprising because I felt like he hasn't played as well as I think he can. Take a look at yellow cards. Not too much trouble for us. We're generally a side that doesn't get too many yellows. We haven't seen red yet. Actually, we have seen red. No, we haven't seen red yet this year, I think. We did get one maybe in preseason or something along those lines where we had to experiment with 10 players, but other than that, we're generally pretty conservative when it comes to tackles and challenges. We take a look at some of the squad reports just to see how players have been playing. Diego Lopez, 8 clean sheets and 16 appearances. I wish they would not count those International Cup appearances and stats towards your overall stats. But take a look at Abate, 9 appearances. We haven't run with formations too much that use a right back and a left back. We've been primarily going with 3 in the back. But Rodrigo Ely, who's starting to progress. Zapata made 12 appearances in the league, 12 clean sheets. He's been one of our rocks. Alessio, who's probably our brightest young star that we have. We've got Elich, Stefan Simic, Jefferson Varga, who we'll probably look to put out on loan. Zaccardo, I don't think he will be coming back. Mexes been playing pretty well for us. He's currently out injured, but it's not too bad. But we got the Siglio's pretty good when we've actually used left back and a right back. Luca Antonelli, getting a little bit older. De Jong, who came back from a broken elbow. Suso came over from Liverpool, who's been really good for us. Bonaventura, Montalivo, who've been 2 of our staples in the midfield, especially since De Jong has been hurt. Bertolacci, who just came over, who's been really good behind. Not so much at creating goals, but just injecting some pace, his work ethic. Poli, Mari, pretty good in substitute appearances. Nocerino, probably let him walk. As you can see, some of the other guys who've been out on loan. Mastor, who's got a ton of potential, but is just too young right now to play behind. Menes could arguably be our best player right now. Alessio Cerci, who's on loan, we'll probably let him go. Honda, been tough for him to find his best position. Super Mario, Balotelli, not hitting on all cylinders, but he works hard. Adriano has definitely been a huge disappointment. The youngster Niang hasn't really got too much chance to shine. Hopefully we'll get him out on loan. Same with Matri and Torres. Definitely let those 2 walk once their time is up. And then we've got El Shawari, who's on loan, 1-year deal. So, I'm not too worried about bringing in an extra winger because I feel like him coming back next year on loan will help. It'll almost be like getting a new transfer back. So that was the squad. That's the decisions we had to make. Give me your thoughts and feedbacks. Let me know who you guys would re-up, who you would let walk based on some of the performances you've seen before, and also, who you guys would go after and target for some of your potential transfers for the January window. We are looking to bring in some more attack, preferably behind the striker. So, feel free to post your thoughts, and thank you guys once again for joining. Bye.